This the TempahZone podcast.
Woo! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm feeling good right now, y'all. It is episode 18 of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me. I'm Hndrxx in the building, and that's facts.
Oh, yeah.
And look, there's been some crazy news going on. While I was on the way here, there was allegations of Chris Brown raping a girl in Paris. Crazy, man. It's crazy stuff going on, man. Yeah, so right now, Chris Brown is in some situation. Jordan Lucas is like, yo, man, like, Chris Brown wouldn't be the type to do this. And I got a feeling that Chris Brown is getting, what's the word? Chris Brown is definitely getting played with. You know, I don't see Chris Brown doing this. You know, if it was, assault, then I would agree, probably be like, oh, well, he has a history of doing that. But this sounds a little sketchy. Freddie Gibbs back in 2015 or 2016 was in the same situation of this sort. So I think there's a potential that this did not happen. But that's not what I was really here to talk about today. This is still a building case, and we'll see where it leads to. I want to talk about Mr. Soulja Boy, our Lord and Savior. No, I'm not gonna. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But look, Soulja Boy has been really in the news a lot, and I'm wondering to myself, is Soulja Boy a legend, man? You think he's a legend?
I do, actually.
You think so?
I do. I think so.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But I see where you're coming from it because I asked for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, he hasn't been doing, nothing to do that. Like, he's been around for a bit. Like, he's been in the game
over
since 06, and he's
Yeah.
still relevant. Like, that's so hard to do, to stay relevant in the rap game for over a decade. Not easy.
Very true.
But, he's been doing a great job staying in the spotlight. And it all started with the Tiger.
Tiger?
Yeah.
Tiger?
So pissed on the cameraman, like, oh my god, that was just too funny.
Yeah.
And then when he went on the Breakfast Club, that definitely was a whole nother thing in and of itself. He turned into a straight up meme from that.
Drake?
Yeah, Drake. The nigga that got dissed by Pusha T. Oh, he said, like, he didn't say Degrassi. He was like the nigga from DeGeneres.
Wheelchair something.
Yeah, like
what he said,
wheelchair Jimmy or something. Man. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, man.
Yeah.
He called out Drake saying he stole his line when Drake made the song Miss Me to tell me what's really going on.
Yeah.
Now, that is from an older song that was not stolen from Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy actually took that from another rapper. I wish I remembered his name, but a man named Blackie Speaks made a video on YouTube about it, ladies and gentlemen, and go ahead and check that out. He goes into a lot more detail on that song and where that song came from. But then Ariana Grande puts out a song called Seven Rings, and it's got that it got that flow. It sounds like Pretty Boy swag. You know what I'm saying? But then there was another song by 2 Chainz that has that same flow as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's really funny because, like, all these songs, with Soulja Boy, like, it's just like he's looking like a genius. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, people are just like accidentally stealing his stuff. But, like, it's very easy for 2 songs to sound similar. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like in this day and age with so much music being put out, like, what do you expect? Like, it's easy for that to happen.
Yeah. Generations of music being put out. Of course, that some things are going to sound a little similar.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually.
Just at least once. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, it's not that hard for that to happen, you know? His interview on Everyday Struggle made Soulja Boy look very good because Academics was just looking like an idiot. They were kind of clowning him for having his own business and stuff. And yeah, it's funny Soulja Boy's making a console and all that stuff. But like, he's doing things for himself. He's empowering himself, being an entrepreneur, taking things into his own hands. So I think that's where people need to understand that he's not really that crazy for doing all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It actually makes a lot of sense. So he looked really good with that. But the one thing that I, added up with after all of this is that Soulja Boy reminds me a lot of Ray J.
Okay.
People laugh at him, but they always find a way to stay relevant. Like,
Okay,
you know,
okay,
Ray,
then,
you know,
yeah,
like Ray J, you know, he comes on the Breakfast Club, and he has like those weird glasses and stuff like that, you know. And what these two also have in common is that they do have a couple of dope songs. Like, I forget the song by Ray J. It's like, it's on tonight. That shit go hard, man.
Yeah.
And One Wish. What, you remember that song?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah, can I have one wish?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't know that was him. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Ray J, man. That's Ray J. Like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah, like, he's got hits. Like, yo, like, we can't act like, yo, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I really like Pretty Boy Swag.
I do too.
I really
do too. I like that song a lot.
Like, get out the way, Pretty Boy coming through. Yo, like, like that shit goes hard. Like, I can't lie. Like, it just flows. Just, you know, it's got that swag. It's got that swag to it. You know, hence the name of the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, with Soulja Boy, what we gotta remember is that he is doing great with his trolling.
Oh yeah. He's really taken over 6ix9ine's spot.
Yes,
This past month. Oh yeah.
For real. Like, you know, a lot of people saying Blueface is doing that. Nah, but
he's doing like he's there.
Yeah, he's
doing
there.
his thing.
Yeah, like he's throwing, you know, stacks of money at strippers' faces.
Yeah, but it's like that's just like a given.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but like it's not what Soulja Boy's doing.
Yeah.
And if you want proof as to Soulja Boy trolling, because some people might think he's being dead serious, my confirmation to all this is I saw Soulja Boy's Instagram story because I had to peep around and do my research. And Soulja Boy was watching the Brilliant Idiots podcast where they troll about Soulja Boy for 40 minutes during the podcast. They just act like, you know, they call Soulja Boy our Lord and Savior. You know, they call him Soulja Boy. You know, yeah, Soulja Boy. Yeah, that's just so funny. And Soulja Boy's watching this, dying laughing. He knows he knows that this is working. He knows that people are gonna be talking about it. You know, like it's so calculated, and he knows what's up, man. So what I gotta say is to salute our Soulja Boy, because this is really impressive, man. I never thought I would be doing this podcast talking about Soulja Boy, man. Like, but he's able to bleed into all the outlets, and
he really is. He really wiggled his way back in. He
did.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's really impressive. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's not easy to just, you know, get back in the limelight like that, bro.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, talking about Tyga, like, I don't think he meant for that to break out, and then it broke out. Because, I don't know, it might have been, like, half troll, half serious, you know, but.
Because, like, I don't think Tyga had the biggest comeback of, was it 2018? Yeah. Like, I don't.
Either him or Meek Mill.
I'd say Meek probably. Because Tyga, people just say taste. Like, they say that. And, like, it's a good song. It's cool. And it's, like, on the radio. But, like, well, first of all, to be honest, like, did he really, like, leave? Like, because he kind of, like, slowed down.
Not really,
like,
no.
He didn't, like, leave.
But
like,
the comeback is just because it was like, yo, like, he wasn't really as relevant, and then he got back to being relevant.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, I think of that aspect being the case. Because Tyga used to be very relevant.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when he had Rack City, you know, he was doing his thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Soulja Boy just doing a great job at staying relevant.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I got to move on and talk about Future.
Okay.
Future Hndrxx.
Future
and Sierra's ex. Now, this is his first. Now he dropped an album called Future Hndrxx Presents the WIZRD, and this is his first album release from the first album release from a major rapper this year.
Okay.
He released a joint project with Juice WRLD called World on Drugs, and that was an okay album.
Like Fine China and all that. I liked it a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I did.
I liked it more for Juice WRLD, not for Future. I'll be honest with you, because I'm not the biggest Future fan.
Okay.
I gotta be honest with you, like but I will never shit on Future. I understand his place in the rap game.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very, very prominent and has much influence.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from him.
That's why I kind of like Future. I'm not a huge fan either, but I agree. Like, he does have a major spot, and he is a pioneer of this new sound.
Oh yeah, like I like songs by Future, but like he doesn't like. It's not like, you know, I don't like him like the way other people do. I mean, some people. Oh my god.
Yeah,
they
he's
praise
some people. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His last solo release was Future and Hndrxx back in 2017.
Okay.
But you know, he's back now with this album, and I really like the album cover, and I was like, oh snap, maybe we might get a dope album out of Future. It starts off with Never Stop, very melodic. It gets you in the zone as well. A good way to start off the album.
Yeah.
Gets very personal on this one, talking about people treating him differently since he ended up on Forbes. I could only imagine what it'd be like ended up on Forbes.
Oh, yeah.
And how different,
one day,
people will treat you. Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, right? One day we'll get up on Forbes, man. One day, man. Jumping on the Jet.
Yeah.
That song, that beat slaps, man. Definitely had got me moving to it. Some of the notes he hits are a little awkward to me, but it's got a very airy tone. Rocket Ship, he hits some dope flows in this one. I like the chorus when he's saying, "I've been popping since my demo, bitch." Like, like that's like Future's been popping for a very long time.
Yeah. Since I was like, I remember like first hearing about him in middle school.
Mm-hmm. I remember same damn time.
Yeah.
Two bad bitches at the same damn time.
Yeah.
That shit go hard,
Oh,
man. I like Future more when he raps than when he sings.
Yeah.
That's not that. Yeah. Yeah. That's just me though.
Yeah.
Rocket Ship. I just talked about Rocket Ship. Temptation. Wouldn't go back to listening to this one. Wasn't really that compelling, but it had a very calm tone and has a very serious subject matter, talking about resorting to drugs to feel better. Something that Future talks about a lot in his music.
Yeah.
Crushed Up. This was the hit off the album. The beat slaps, but the verses weren't. I wasn't really feeling it. It had an okay chorus. Diamonds in the fridge, crushed up, you can see. It's dope.
So I haven't heard any of these songs. I don't even know what the cover looks like. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that he was doing this project. I just haven't. Like I just don't. I don't really like look him up.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I saw like a little like commercial for it, but literally this whole album, I have no idea anything about it. None of these songs.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, Crushed Up was the hit single though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had that, and you had the track with Travis Scott. Those was like the two hit singles.
So that should be good then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. F and N. Yeah, there was 20 tracks on this album.
Okay. So. Yeah.
It's a good amount. F and N. This nope. This ain't it, man.
Yeah.
This is a very forgettable song. I wouldn't go back to this one. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
Call the Coroner. Same with this one. I just wasn't feeling it. Future's voice sounds very different on this one. It has a deeper voice, but I wasn't a fan of the chorus.
Yeah.
The beat was good, but with Future, this is expected, though. But a dope beat doesn't automatically make a good song to me. I ain't a sucker for a dope beat.
Yeah.
I know a lot of y'all out there are, and you don't realize it. A lot of people out here are suckers for these beats, man.
For real, yeah. Because then, like, it'll be like the beat. Because then it's who has the talent? The producer.
Exactly.
So, like, I see what you're saying, but, like, sure, I do love a good beat. Because, like, you can't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, then when you hear someone who's trash go on, it's like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You look past it. Yeah.
Yeah, I look past that, man.
Yeah.
Just have to.
Yeah.
Talk shit like a preacher. Hopefully, I feel like I had a typo on that one, but forget about it. We're going to keep it rolling. I like the flows that Future hits on this one. It gets fast with it, a little bit fancy, you know. Future's showing off his skills, like, you know, letting you know he
of course.
brings something to the table.
Yeah.
Promise you that. I like the melodies on this. What's this one? Future hit some dope melodies, man, you know, and I was really feeling this when I heard it. It really surprised me, you know. I wasn't expecting this from Future. Stick to the models. I'm not feeling this one. I don't like the flow that Future uses in the first verse. And he uses the same flow the whole verse, and that didn't help. But the chorus just wasn't that catchy either. I don't like when, you know, Future has a tendency where he uses the same flow in a verse, and it's just not the best, flow.
Yeah.
And he doesn't switch it up, and it's just like, oh, my God, like, can you do something else?
That's a common problem with a lot of artists.
Yeah, like, that's why I like guys like, JID and Ski Mask.
Yeah, I like Ski Mask.
Yeah, they switch up the flow like every
Foster
4
Failure,
bars, that's why I used to think rappers, should do, but.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, you like what you like.
Exactly, yeah.
Where was I? I was talking about. I was talking about stick to the models. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very long album. It felt long. It felt long to me. Overdose, another miss from me on this one. The beat was boring, or at least Future doesn't make it interesting. He could have found a way to make this beat interesting, but I just didn't really find it that compelling. Crazy but true. Now this one, Future talks some real shit on it, man. He's talking about how a lot of people in the rap game have taken his style and his swag, which is very true.
Yeah,
a lot of people have definitely stolen Future's swag. Can't deny that. Serving Killer Cam, very gritty track. Future sounds real angry on this one, and so is the beat. Just a very angry track. Baptized. Now, this one's got 2 I's in it for some reason. Baptiize. Maybe that's a diss to Designer, because he sounds like a lot like him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there was Baptized with 2 I's. I don't know. Regardless, wasn't a fan of this song, especially the first half. But I like when the beat changes. I can't lie.
Okay.
It sounds like I Got the Keys by Jay-Z when the beat switches up. So, like, you know, if you like that song, you're going to like the second half to this song.
Okay.
Unicorn Perp. Crazy name.
Yeah.
Featuring Young Thug and Gunna. Now, I'm not a big fan of Gunna, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said before on this podcast. But, boy, does this song go hard. It's great workout music right here. It's just in your face with the flow. Had to look up the lyrics to see when Gunna was singing because I can only identify Young Thug. Yeah. And I was like, where's Gunna in this, man? But, yeah, you know, dope song, man. It's one of my favorites off the album. I was very shocked by that.
Yeah.
Going Dummy. This has more of a pop feel to it. Definitely more of a different vibe to this one. I can see Juice WRLD or Trippie Redd on this beat. Yeah. So if you like Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, definitely check out Going Dummy, you know, because Future, you know, he does his thing on this one. Yeah. First Star featuring Travis Scott. I was a little disappointed with this one, man. And I love Travis Scott. I really do. Yeah, Travis Scott's just the man.
Fantastic.
I wasn't a fan with Future's performance on this one. It sounded very boring to me. Travis Scott's part was okay.
Yeah.
Travis Scott always making a song. His ad-libs always make a song better to me. I got written here, Travis Scott's Adkins.
Travis Scott Adkins. His Adkins.
His Adkins are just unbelievable.
His ad-libs are like the toughest in the game. No
I
lie.
know, man.
Like,
the straight up and it's lit.
Straight up.
It's lit.
It's lit. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Face Shot. Now, this is another track that is just full of energy. Yeah. This is the Future that I like, with that aggression and rapping with a hardcore delivery. This is the Future that I need more of in my life, right here. Yeah. Ain't Coming Back. It's got a dope beat, but a whack chorus. Okay. Something that Future.
Who's on the chorus?
Future.
Yeah, okay.
There's only 3 features on this album. The song with Young Thug and Gunna, and then the song with Travis Scott. Yeah. So Future, you know, it's got a lot on his plate for this one. I just wasn't feeling this one, you know, it's just not the best performance. Okay. And then the last song on this album, the outro, Tricks on Me, I thought this one was going to be better, but I wasn't a fan of the melodies on this one. Just starting to think that I like Future more when he raps than he sings. Just point blank, period. Okay. But my favorite songs on this album were Never Stop, Unicorn Perp, and Face Shot. These songs are dope. Okay. But 3 out of 21 songs that I like, 4 songs that I didn't like at all. Yeah. The rest were just whatever. I mean, I don't think that sums up as a good album. You know?
Probably not. Yeah.
And you know, I feel weird saying that because, you know, Future is such a popular artist. I got so many friends that, you know, mess with Future. Oh yeah. And then I'm just there and everyone's like, yo, Future dropped a new album. I'm just like,
it's like, all right.
It's like, I'm waiting on Kendrick, man. like, I don't know why you're so hype about Future. I'm waiting on Kendrick, you know. I'm waiting on Big Sean, you know. Like, I don't know. That's just me, man. Like I said before, you know, just never, you know, I'm never been crazy about him. But I gotta say this. I have to make sure I reiterate this. Future is not trash. I will never say Future's trash.
No, not at all.
You know, I always say I'm not feeling it. Now, I will say with some of Gunna stuff, I'll say this is trash. I really don't. And some of Lil Baby stuff, you know, it's trash.
Yeah, Lil Baby's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, I like some of his music, but then the songs I hear about, I'm just like, this is just trash, bro. Like, I'm just, you know, that's just me being a critique man. You know, I gotta, you know, get down, you know.
Gotta get your opinion in there.
Just gotta be real about it, man.
Of course.
If I had to rate this album on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm freestyling this. I did not plan this before I came here. I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
I only like 3 songs off the album. Off a 20-track album. Right. If I liked half the album, I would at least give it over a 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair way of thinking about it.
You know, with 20 tracks, and I only like 3, man.
Yeah.
I gotta give it a 4 out of 10.
I gotta check this out in the car.
Yeah, no, definitely check it out, man. You might like it more than I do. Like I said, I'm just not a sucker for good beats.
Okay.
I'm not a sucker when a beat, you know, goes hard, because I think that's just, you know, a lot of the appeal of Future. He's just, you know, he's got amazing production. Like, God, man.
Oh yeah.
God, his beats are so good. Like, they're so clear, and the, you know, the hit.
He's nice with it.
Yeah, the kick hits heavy. And
oh yeah.
The instrumentals, like for instance, like the intro to this album, Never Stop. I really like that song. Like when I heard this, I was like, man, am I about to really, vibe with this Future album? Am I really about to go, getting deep with this? And I ended up listening to it, and I was just like, man, there's 4 songs off this album. I was just like, man, I wish I could just, go back in time and just skip, like. Seriously, like, because sometimes with Future, he sounds like he doesn't care, And I'm not, I'm not big about that. I just not what I'm feeling, man. But if you're a Future fan, you'll probably be a fan of this album. I think it sounded like Future definitely opened up a little bit more on this album, and so I appreciate that. I'll never take away Future's, storytelling ability. He's not like the greatest storyteller. He ain't on like the Nas level or nothing. I mean, but I mean, on some of the songs, when he wants to get deep with it, he gets deep with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that when he does that. So like, he does a good job with that. Overall, man, if you're a Future fan, go check it out. If you're not a Future fan, go check it out anyway. You might, catch some stuff on here that you like. And I guess that's all I have to say about that, man.
Okay.
We back. TempahZone podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring in my special guest. He was here chopping up with us about Soulja Boy and Future. Straight out of, you from Beantown? The Bean?
I guess you could say that,
Yeah, he's from the Bean, man. Because a lot of y'all rappers say you from the Bean and you ain't from the Bean. So, all right, we're going to keep it straight with that. Well, ladies and gentlemen. I
wouldn't say I'm like from there now. So I'm just like around the area, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Greater Boston area.
There you go. Yeah.
The greater Boston area. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joshua Sweet in the building.
Hello. How you guys doing? It's great to be here.
Yo, man, it's great to have you, dog. Yo, you see that fire jacket, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a nice jacket. That's a nice jacket. Yeah, that's your camera right
there.
Yeah, let him know. Yeah.
Let him know.
Which camera? What's up? Hell yeah, man. So I gotta let you know, man, you a good singer, bro.
Thank you.
In this day and age, everyone's using auto-tune, including myself. And auto-tune, it's helping a lot of people.
It is. Yeah.
And I don't think you really, you might use it, but you don't sound like you use it. So, and that's what I'm talking about.
See, I use it in the sense of like I use it just to, because like all artists use it.
Yes,
people love to say like, oh, it's just auto-tune. That's not what auto-tune does. It doesn't just make you a good singer. You know what I'm saying? Like you use it like to, especially with pop music, you use it to clean up your vocals. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
just clean everything up. Just make it sound tighter.
So I use it to clean up my vocals, not to sound like T-Pain or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah.
even if you want to sound like T-Pain or Travis Scott, like, just make it sound cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have no problem with auto-tune. This as long as you make it sound clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Some people just be using it. It's just
a little too much.
Yeah, it's a little too much. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, who are your biggest inspirations when it comes to music, man?
So, my biggest inspirations when it comes, so you mean music in general?
Oh yeah, just in general.
Anybody. Okay, so as far as people goes, number one, if you know me, then you know what the answer is. It's Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, man.
Without a doubt.
Good answer.
Without a doubt. Yeah, just number one. He's always number one.
Hell
yeah.
No matter what. That's a good answer. I wasn't expecting you to say Michael Jackson for some reason. I thought I was gonna hear like, I don't know, like Hey Boogie or like,
Hey Boogie.
or like like Lil Uzi or something. I don't know why. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's like Michael Jackson.
The people that inspire me the most are like the greatest. Like for example, like so it's Michael, Prince, Freddie Mercury, just Queen in general.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm forgetting everyone right now. Oh my gosh. And a lot
you're naming some monsters right there.
A lot of rock mainly. Like that's what I grew up on. So like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. I love Elvis Presley. He's one of my big inspirations up there with Michael and Prince.
Oh yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Woo, Bobby Brown, man.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Bobby Brown.
He's amazing.
Bobby Brown's a beast with it. Yeah.
Who else? My biggest inspirations. Man, if you asked me this any other day, I'd be able to tell you right now.
Yeah, just make it quick, but
right now it's just like I'm just struggling. I don't know why.
No, I feel you, man. I mean, you named some great artists there, man. And very diverse with it too. So you're showing that you got a lot to bring to the table. You're not one dimensional with it.
And one person I forgot who's a huge inspiration to me, he's up there with, like it usually goes in order, like Michael, Prince, Elvis. Then Bruno Mars, forgot to say him. Bruno's huge to me.
Oh my God, Bruno Mars.
And then then there's like Queen and Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, and Justin Bieber as well.
Yeah, don't sleep on Justin Bieber, man. Yeah, Justin Bieber, he gets a lot of flack. But I think the older that he's gotten, the more that people realize, this dude's
he's real talented.
Unbelievably talented.
Like this might be weird. I've been liking him since he was a kid. when I was a kid too. I was like, people were all telling me stuff like, "Oh, he sucks," all this. I was listening. I was like, he's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
you know.
Yeah.
Like I saw someone. They made like videos that don't match the song, and they're using "Somebody to Love" by Justin Bieber, and it was like I watched that, and I was like, man, this makes me really like the song more. I was like,
it's pretty good.
Man, it reminded me too, like, yo, Justin Bieber, like,
very talented guy.
You know, you gotta put some respect on his name.
Oh yeah,
man.
legend.
Yeah, you gotta put some respect on his name.
Oh yeah.
Man. Now, when do you think you started taking music seriously?
So let's not get confused with. So I'm about to say I started taking music seriously when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
But not to say that I wasn't doing music before that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
I started taking it serious as a junior in high school. I started really writing. Okay. Well. Hold on, let me back up a little.
Nah, man. Man, let the people know.
So
they gotta know it the right way.
So when I started taking music serious, it took a long process for me, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah.
Because a lot of people at a young age, it's just like you hear they've been writing songs since they were kids, and they've been taking it serious. For me, it took a long time. First, I started off playing drums when I was little.
Nice.
Not little, but like 6th grade. And then as I got older, I started writing songs. Around 8th grade, I started writing songs. But I didn't take it serious yet. I wanted to be like a famous rock star and everything, but like it wasn't serious because I didn't know what I was doing. Like,
I see you playing the guitar.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
And but then to get to your question, when I started taking it serious, I'd say if I had to give a time, junior year of high school, I started really writing, getting my thoughts clear of what songs I wanted to record, what songs I wanted to do, and everything, and
hell yeah,
started really pushing my career around then, I'd say.
That's dope, man. Yeah, I think that's like, I think high school is when you should really like, you know, figure out like when, you know, you should hone it in. And a lot of artists that I talk to, you know, high school is when they, you know, it all clicks, you know what I'm saying? It, you know, varies with, you know, differently with everybody. Everybody's got, you know, different ways of going about it. You know, some people don't start making music till they're like 22. You know, and that might sound late to some, but you know, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19.
19.
Okay, you know, and so you know, you're on an early start, man. So you know, seems like you got started around like 16, 17. I
started taking writing like seriously around that age. Yeah.
Okay.
But I started like I recorded my first song. So I would have been 16 or when I started recording. That's it. So,
I got you, man. It's a good time to, you know, get it started. You know, a lot of people, you know, they get a lot, you know, surprised when people, you know, start off so young. I'm like, yo, that's when it should start. You know? Like I started my rap career at 15. You know what I'm saying? There you go, so like, you know, I look at it as that's when, you know, you should, you know, it gets popping.
Honestly, I agree with you. I wish I started earlier. The reason I didn't start earlier is because for the longest time I was a drummer. Like I said, I started drumming in 6th grade. I was a drummer. I always wanted to be a famous drummer, like Tommy Lee or something. And then it was only in high school that I started singing.
Okay.
So that's why it took me, and I had to get good.
Hell yeah, man.
That's why I'm later than most. But I agree with you. Like that age, even earlier if you can, is when you should start.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I always wish that like I took singing more seriously when I was younger, man. Because I just started taking singing seriously like in August. I'm late on that train.
How do you think you're doing?
I think I'm getting there.
That's
you know, I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best. Like I got an album coming out, and I've been warning people, like you know, because they know me for being, you know, rap. You know, I'm the type to rap like Tech 9, you know, super fast and shit. So I had to let people know, like, yo,
switching it up.
This is this album I'm coming out with.
That's great.
I'm the Black Post Malone. All right, just letting you know, like.
I love that.
Yeah, that's why Post I try. Gotta let them know. Yeah, I try to be like Post, man. He's
definitely one of my favorites of this time. Definitely.
Love Post Malone, man. Like Ball for Me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fantastic song.
Yeah. I shouldn't like that song as much as I do.
Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That song, just when I listen to it, I'm just like, this song is just for girls. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But I guess.
You know, I can't. You know. Yeah. But it is what it is, man. I like what I like.
Yeah, exactly. Like what you like.
Don't judge me. It's like one of those guilty pleasures.
Yeah. I know. I feel you. Yeah.
But yeah, enough about Post, man. As great as he is. How long have you been making music for? Would you say when did it all come to together? When
did it all come together? When they started? So I started. So wait, what was the original question? When did I start writing music?
Yeah. When did you start writing music?
So now I'll give like a little timeline of when I started writing music. So I say my first song I ever wrote was in the 7th grade.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it was like a bunch of little like things in between in my notebook, like little like like trial and error songs that like I just never really finished. But then in 8th grade is when I wrote like a song that like really stuck out to me. In some ways I consider my first song.
Yeah.
So I'd say like around then is when I started really writing and everything. And I still have the notebook and everything that I was writing in.
That's good.
First page and everything was that first song. It's great. Like I would go forward with it, but it was pretty weird.
Yeah.
Because I was an angry kid. So like I'm
on the same wave, man. I definitely was on that same shit too. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because like all that anger I had when I was like a kid, whenever I used to write songs, it always used to be like love songs. Yeah. Okay. Really weird, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like the first song I ever wrote was a love song.
See, and I think I know why that you'd feel, because like that's there's nothing wrong with that. That's like that's literally like every song. So it's like I understand why that would be the first thing to jump to. And like no matter what, when you're writing, this is something I've always thought about for years. When you're writing, automatically what pops in your head is this hypothetical woman. That's I've always thought. I told my brothers about that.
It's
told
like
my friends
a culmination of every girl you ever been
exactly.
with.
There's this hypothetical woman that you write about. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about like baby, or like just any song. There's always this hypothetical woman that's the center of the song. That it's all about. Even like she doesn't even have to be real. Like I said, hypothetical.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah.
Just it's always the lead of the song. What gets us down to the end. We're just talking about this hypothetical woman. Yeah. So I see why that's what you would be talking about at that age, especially.
Oh,
so,
no, because I was 10 years old when I wrote that song. So
wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, man. I started really young.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
Yeah, I know, right? 10
Good
years.
for you.
Yeah, hey, man. It is what it is. I mean, like, look, Lil Wayne started rapping when he was 7, so something.
Okay,
so like, you know, it's not that impressive.
It's not Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Lil Wayne's on some other shit.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, what was the inspiration behind making the song Thanks Anyway? Because that song's really good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Like I heard that, I was like, all right, I'm getting him on the podcast.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me that you'd say that. So the inspiration behind it, I'm not gonna say too much about the inspiration because I don't want anyone getting some type of way.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Like
now they want to know.
They'll find out one day.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you can't let all the tricks out there.
Exactly. Inspiration behind it was, I guess, in some places it was that hypothetical woman. In some areas, some parts were like it was real. But like the main thing about it was the chorus. So you say you want a real one about it, to kiss you on your cheek and then compliment your outfit, but then you promise that you won't give me the same thing, but you did. Thanks anyway. So like saying like there's nothing wrong with this. Like we're at a young age where not many people know what they want clearly, and so it's like you say you want a real one about it. You want that nice guy, everything, and like I like to be a nice guy. I like to be nice to people. I hate being mean to people. So you say you want a real one about it, to kiss you on your cheek and then compliment your outfit, going on the nice guy thing. Then you promise that you won't give me the same thing. Same thing being you won't give me the same old relationship, same old stuff, that same old tricks and everything. But you did.
Yeah, right.
Thanks anyway. Like, thank you for trying. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. That's some good poetry right there, man. Yeah, you know. Because a lot, you're putting detail in those lyrics.
Yeah.
And that's for damn sure.
It took me a long time to write this song. Not saying I have trouble writing, I just take breaks in between my writing.
Oh, yeah, you have to make sure everything is on point.
Exactly.
Now, I got to ask you, with that being the case, do you feel that nice guys finish last?
Being, like, what I'd say is a nice guy for most of my life, yeah. Here's the thing. Although I would say yes, in some ways, yes, at this age, yes, nice guys do finish last. But never change yourself. No matter what. Okay. Because I've literally had people for part of my life telling me I'm too nice. Yeah. You've heard that before? It's like
I've gotten that throughout my life. Yeah.
And
people told me that.
They'll tell you you're too nice. That you have to start being a little meaner to get like respect. You have to start getting a little bit more of an attitude. A little. No, you don't. If you never change yourself. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, just don't change yourself. Yeah. You'll really know. You'll know
don't change, evolve.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Upgrade.
Don't change, evolve, upgrade.
Yeah, you know
never
what I'm
change yourself for anyone.
Because you
Always
can be nice
yourself.
and succeed. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? There's a way about it. Because if if you're on the other side of not being angry all the time, it's just gonna make people hate you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want, you don't want that. That's not how you excel. Building those relationships, networking with others. Exactly. That's what helps you. Because
if you're mean to people, have an ego with everything, you're not gonna go anywhere.
No,
you're not.
No.
You're not. You're gonna stop eventually. Because people don't like mean people. As much as I say that they don't realize it now, inside them, they don't like mean people. That's why never change yourself. Never be mean.
No.
Never just because someone told you you're nice. It's a great thing. It's a great quality that a lot of people lack nowadays. So do you, be yourself, love yourself. There you go.
Yeah, if you keep really though, love yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Too many people out here, there's a lot of people dealing with mental health issues.
Oh yeah.
People down and low. Find ways to love yourself.
Exactly.
And don't go outside, and to find that. You know what I'm saying? Just, definitely, hone in on yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, man, you always going to be miserable. No, money ain't going to change it. No girl's going to change it. You got to,
Definitely. I agree with
hone in on that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, man. Is there any plans in the future for new music or an album, an EP?
Well, for new music, yes, definitely. For as far as albums go, the way that I feel about albums is, so how I've just released a couple singles.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing those singles like other people push their albums. Because how I feel is that albums and singles, they last the same amount of time these days. Very much so. You could push someone, not saying you, but someone could have their album that they worked very hard on. Amazing album, fantastic. But I have this single, amazing song, fantastic single. I could push that for just as long as you could push your album. And people, they don't really think about it. They're not like, oh, well, this guy has an album, he's better.
Yeah.
Because people don't have the attention spans for albums like that. I've been pushing this song like I do an album. Thanks to anyway, I've been pushing it like an album, and I've been seeing results like people's albums would.
Hell yeah.
And I've been getting so much further in my career with just this song. And I could have used all that time to push an album, but then those albums, they might only get 100 views on one song.
And then, it would have got clouded, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And, you put out 12 songs and people only wanted to hear one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
People won't listen to all those. They don't sit down and just listen all the way through unless they're actually someone they like. And what you could do is take those 12 songs, release them as singles, do videos, and push that as much as an album, and you just go much further with all those songs versus releasing them at once. Yeah. Definitely.
No, I totally agree with you on that one, man. And I've always thought to myself, when it comes to making music, I always want to make sure that, everything gets the attention it does. I was, we're talking about it, before we started recording, but I had an album out called, when I went by The AM, I had an album called The Man and the Myth.
Okay.
And I went the wrong way about promoting this album. The promotion was bad, but the music was good, and there's certain things that I did with it that I wish I did differently. And you were mentioning it earlier. You can push an album just as much as a single.
Oh yeah.
And you gotta know your place. When it comes to promoting all that stuff. So you definitely got a point with that, man. I'm really happy that you said that because a lot of artists could hear that. And it helps because you're not wasting music now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, you're not throwing away amazing songs.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure that these people hear everything that you got.
Exactly.
And it's okay to wait on it. You know what I'm saying? Drop it when it's the right time.
Exactly. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, we're running low on time, man. I know, right? We can definitely chop it up a lot longer,
Yeah.
But let the people know where they can reach you, man.
So where you can reach me. So I have, so you can reach me mainly at my Instagram, Joshua Sweet Music.
Hey, follow that.
And you can also find me on YouTube. You can subscribe to Joshua Sweet. I have a Facebook page as well, Joshua Sweet, same thing. And that's mainly where you can reach me.
You know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Follow your boy Joshua Sweet on all platforms, man.
Of course, yeah,
Make it happen.
on all platforms.
Make it happen.
Yes.
All right, Joshua. Thank you very much for being on the TempahZone podcast.
Thanks for letting me be here. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was episode 18. Shout out to Hndrxx Podcast Garage for hooking it up with the high quality, fantastic sounds, man. They really do a great job with that. Until next time, y'all. Peace.